His background in Nevada is not very cosmopolitan, to say the least. He went to school, a one-room schoolhouse. He had to go about 15 miles to get there, so he rode on horseback alone every day. He attended the University of Nevada in Reno, but dropped out in the second semester of his senior year to attend his family's business, which was a sheep ranch. And being a sheep rancher is a very lonely vocation. He studied the law not by going to law school, but by studying alone. He was a first-class attorney, by the way, and I'd like to emphasize he was an attorney for the defense. He was prosecuting attorney in Nye County for a couple of years and was not very happy being a prosecuting attorney. He always sided with the defense, and he took all types of cases. And he had a tendency to try to defend the down and out against the establishment. As a jurist, he served one term on the Nevada Supreme Court, 1913 to 1919, and he was very much into the rights of defendants, very high on the Bill of Rights type of person. Let's go back to 1940. Nevada is by far the smallest of states in population, and the power center of Nevada is in Reno. Let's be more specific than that. The power center of Reno, or Nevada, is on this very street, Court Street, about 3 blocks down, is where all the hoity-toity people in Nevada politics live. So everybody knows everybody. Therefore, McCarran thinks in very personal terms. McCarran doesn't really think in terms of whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. To McCarran, it's all very personable. You are either for me or against me. And I ask only one thing of you, loyalty. Then in 1949, 2 things occurred which I think were instrumental in changing McCarran's mind. One was the Alger Hiss case, but probably even more important was and I'm using his word, the fall of China, which, according to right-wing Republicans and Pat McCarran, who's a Democrat, was caused by communism within the United States. They couldn't believe that the United States wasn't omnipotent. And also, he's a very strong Roman Catholic. And the Roman Catholic Church in the 40s and 50s was vehemently anti-communist. And I think some of that rubbed off on him. He knew power. He knew how to use power, and he was sometimes very ruthless about it. He knew the details of legislation, and he surrounded himself with a very able staff. He knew the rules of the Senate inside and out, extremely, extremely knowledgeable about the institutional workings of the Senate and how to use the system and how to get around the system. The Washington Post, which hated his guts in 1952, called Senator McCarran the single most powerful individual in Washington, D.C. McCarthy, he's the public face of the second Red Scare. Whereas when it really comes down to it, it's McCarran who's doing the grunge work of creating the legislation. He's going to do the committee hearings. He's going to do the investigating. His health was not good toward the last. And he got more and more dark in his view of what was going to happen in the world. He believed in the inevitability of war with the Soviet Union. He believed that somewhere in the United States was a mastermind plotting. And he said to Norman Blitz, "Norm, I can't get through that cloud. I can't find that person, but I feel his influence all over Washington."